And welcome to Hero Power. This is episode 141, and I am your host, Avantes. And as always, at least now, most of the time, due to Skype, I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Zeroshio.
So, the one positive thing is our intro video doesn't look all choppy now with the new Skype.
Oh, okay, great. Whatever positive you can take away from this awful experience. And for Sika.
Oh my gosh. Can we just cancel the talking points to tonight's show and just bash Skype?
Yes.
Oh, that would be fun. But we have a very special, very important guest joining us tonight. Fade to Karma's own Pear.
Special and important. Wow. Thanks for having me.
You are especially important.
Oh, fancy.
So
thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, welcome to the show. We're super excited to have you on the show because we've got a lot to talk about tonight, and we've got some very special things to talk about. We made some announcements online over the weekend, but tonight we're going to make it official. But before we get to all of that, we're going to let Pear do some talking and tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us, how did you get started in streaming and Hearthstone?
Well, that's kind of two different points. I really just got started in Hearthstone because I like card games. I like Pokemon. I really liked that before I started playing Hearthstone. And when it was like, oh, you can play a card game, but without having to be directly across from your opponent, I was all in, hands down. And I got started streaming because I really love the Hearthstone community. Like, it's kind of weird to say because whenever you think of Hearthstone community, you think of Twitch chat, but you really find some really unique and lovely people, and they made me want to start streaming and build my own community. So I did.
See, not everybody in your Twitch chat has to be banned like Saint Jimmy.
Exactly. So. Jimmy is still, I think, unbanned, but we've definitely had to ban people, of course.
Yeah, it's Twitch chat for you, but...
I was going to say, so how far down the list is Zeroshio? Like, when's his turn?
Zeroshio's pretty safe. He's cool.
Did you hear that, guys? I'm safe.
I think you might have been the first person I've heard to call you cool, too.
That is
there
true.
You go.
Very true.
Yeah, so, most of us all have backgrounds in collectible card games as well. So, you are amongst peers here, and
you are with your people.
That's right. So
I want to bring that up. Together, Versika, myself, and Avantes have over 60 years of Magic the Gathering experience.
God.
So, now I know that's 20 apiece, so it's not as big as you would think. But yeah, we have 60 years of experience together. Do you have any past experience in other competitive games like card games or even video games?
I mean, not really. No, I mean, like I said, I played Pokemon, the trading card game, but I didn't play it like super competitively. I would just play with friends, play at stores and stuff. I really like to have fun more, but I think Hearthstone is the most competitive I've ever been in a game. But I also just really like to win in Hearthstone.
Now, speaking of competitive in Hearthstone, you did compete in UHL under. Were you part of the Badass Women of Hearthstone team?
Yeah,
of women that played.
Yeah, it was really weird because they asked me to join like in the middle of the season, so I was just kind of like thrown in, sink or swim. But it was really fun. I dropped out about 3 or 4 games in. I mean, I got beat, but I had fun and it was a great experience. So
Yeah, you played really well, and I know there's a lot of, and you do this in your stream as well. There's a lot of other female Hearthstone players that you are in a community with, and you're friends with. Being a female Hearthstone player and streamer, and having that kind of support group with the other female players in the community, tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, it's literally one of the best feelings ever. Like, I have so many beautiful ladies, and I mean, guys too, but the ladies are really special because we kind of like band together. I know there's Layla Fox Nation. She became one of my best friends through Twitch. There's Dragon Rider. She's a big supporter of the Badass Women of Hearthstone. I really love her. And I mean, all the ladies on my team, Allie and Denny and Celissa, they're all really amazing, and it makes streaming a lot more fun when you have them with you.
That's awesome. I have the luxury of being a big supporter of your stream, as well as the Dragon Rider DK and Layla Fox Nation.
Yeah.
Her and her husband Sleepy Bear stream together, and it's a lot of fun. It's a great community, and you're definitely part of that, and like a pivotal part of that community. And I think it's awesome. It's just great.
Yeah, it is. It's funny because me and Layla, we host each other back and forth, so we really truly share a community. Like we, in either chat you can find people that are in, both channels subscribed and, there regularly, and it feels great to have that kind of community building.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of your community is showing up here tonight to support you. So I mean,
Yeah,
that's awesome. They have community will travel.
they're very supportive. They really are the best.
So, all right. Well, so now you've just recently joined Fade to Karma. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how that came to be?
Well, basically, it was a dream come true. I can't put it any other way. Whenever I first, got into Hearthstone and, really got active on Twitter and stuff, I found Fade to Karma through Allie, one of my favorite streamers, and I always thought that they were just such a great team, and they kept doing things, that impressed me. Like, if there was ever a tournament that seemed unfair. Like, I remember there was one where the women's prize pool was a lot lower than the men's, and they wouldn't send anybody to that tournament, male or female. And that was one of the real things that I was like, that's really amazing that they're standing up for this. And I don't know, like they contacted me, and after a few days we talked, and they just threw me an offer. And I was like, well, of course, I'm gonna take it and be on my favorite team ever. I don't know, it literally dream come true.
Well,
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I'm a huge Alice Raza fan as well.
Yeah, she's the best.
Yeah. So, I guess now we're gonna kind of transition a little bit and kind of talk about one of the primary reasons we're having you on the show is because we're super excited to announce that you are going to be actually joining us live and in person in Knoxville, Tennessee on August the 18th for the Level Up Hearthstone tournament.
So, I'm so excited for this.
We are too. You have no idea. When we first started planning this, for those that don't know, we run a lot of events in and around East Tennessee. A lot of Hearthstone events specifically. And this, we were approached by Level Up Games and Hobbies in Knoxville about wanting to put on and produce a large scale event. And they were like, how can we draw attention to this? And I said, well, let me reach out and see if I can get somebody really special to come to this event.
Okay, so wait a minute. I'm going to interrupt you here. So I tell Avantes, hey, there's a really awesome professional player that lives in Kentucky. I think we can get her down here.
Yep.
And then he takes full credit for it and makes all. And this is before you actually signed on the Fate to Karma. I talked to you. I think I mentioned it to you in your chat.
Yeah.
It would be awesome if you could come down. And then when we finally got the planning for it and found the dates, we heard that you signed on to Fate to Karma, and Avantes was like, seriously, we definitely need to contact Fate to Karma and Pear. So I think I contacted you, and then he contacted Fate to Karma, and it all just kind of met in the middle.
Yeah, it just all came together.
Yeah. So yeah, like Xerxio said, I reached out to Tim, and Tim and I had a long conversation about this, but it was more, we really were excited to get you here, but
yeah,
more on top of that, other than just saying yes, Tim came out, and as awesome as Fade to Karma is, they're going to be one of the primary sponsors of this event.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
That's just
Which was
so
not
awesome.
That was not expected. That was not expected at all for that offer to come over.
Right.
From Fate to Karma.
Yeah, because Fate to Karma is an international esports organization. They're all over the world, and their core belief is that even small local events should have the support to allow players to come together and do what they enjoy. And so just that from them was huge. And then on top of that, all of that, we're going to get to have you in person, hanging out, playing and competing on top of that. So yeah, we're really super excited to announce this event. It is open to anyone who wishes to compete. You will have to travel to Knoxville because you have to be here in person to play. It's not an online event. It's going to be a completely in-person event. It's a $5 buy-in. Every 100% of the buy-in goes to prize pool. So if we have 10 people, it'll be a minimum $50 prize pool. If we have 20 people, it'll be $100, and so on and so forth for however many people we have. The tournament is going to be standard conquest format, best 3 out of 5. So you'll need to bring 4 decks of different classes. There'll be 1 ban, and then the first person to win 3 matches or 3 games in that match wins. We're looking to do 4 to 5 rounds of Swiss, depending on how many people we have. And after the Swiss rounds, we will break to a top 4 or top 8 single elimination. Again, it'll be based on participation. If we have less than 16 players, we'll break to top 4. If we have more than 16 players, we'll break to top 8. We may have, for sure we'll have door prizes. We'll be doing some giveaways courtesy of Fade to Karma. Where we may have some side events, and we're still working on some details, but there's a possibility of an after party.
Ooh.
Yeah. So this is going to be huge. It's going to be a lot of fun. You'll get to come out, play some great Hearthstone, meet Pear, win some swag. If you are within the sound of my voice and you have the means to travel to Knoxville on August 18th, you are more than welcome to join us. I will have a link to the Facebook event page in our show notes when this episode goes up on our website tomorrow. So if you're listening to this on the audio download, it should be available now on heropowerhs.com. Just click on the episode. It'll open up the show notes, and then you can find the link to the event page for more information. So
now, the important part of this is we're also going to have one team of two very talented, very handsome casters casting this tournament.
And that's
then
Steven,
also
the owner of Level Up,
Yeah.
and his friend Nick.
and then also myself and Versika will be casting as well.
They'll be the backup casters.
That's right.
So the entire event will be live streamed on Twitch. We'll stream a couple of feature matches each round, and then a couple of feature matches in the playoffs, and then of course we'll stream the finals. All of the matches will be shoutcast. So we will probably be doing player interviews. I can almost guarantee you there'll be a Pear interview thrown in there. So
No way.
And
Pull them away.
For those that are in the Knoxville area, if you've never been to Level Up games, the owner there, Steve, has done a great job in supporting us and expanding his store by having a second, room next to his main store that we will primarily use. And it also has a dedicated studio for streaming and doing our interviews. So it's top notch. It's just about soundproof. It's got its own door and everything. It's really professional. It looks really good. We've actually done some of our playoff events that we have had, professional players like Joster and Bloody Fix HCT events actually done there. And we use that room as the streaming room for the featured matches. But we'll be using it in this case for our interviews and to stream all the matches. I'm excited. At first I was really considering trying to just compete in this, but then when I heard how much is going to be put into this, I was like, I definitely got to be part of the production part of this. I definitely want to cast this, and it's going to be fun. And hopefully we're working on details for an after party, but hopefully that all works out. We'll have more details here coming up soon.
Yeah.
And trust me, if you have an excited Zoroshio in your room, it needs to be virtually soundproof.
Yes. It's true. That's why I said almost soundproof, because it's soundproof to everybody, but maybe me.
But we're not the only ones throwing a Hearthstone tournament. This coming weekend, July 28th, so this coming Saturday, if you are in the Long Beach, California area, check out, I think it's Thunderhead Gaming. They are hosting the Innkeepers Quest charity tournament. So all money raised will go to children's funds through the Gamers Outreach Organization. There will be pros at that event where you can meet people like Ant, Rosti, Killin' All Day, Teray, and more. So this is a 100% charity event. So go out, open your hearts, open your wallets, help some children who need it, and enjoy a day of Hearthstone.
And I'll tell you, if you've never met Ant and have a chance to go to this event, he is one of the nicest people, not just Hearthstone players, one of the nicest people I've ever met. I had the luxury of being stalked by him at DreamHack Atlanta when I was competing there. He ended up sitting next to me almost every round. It was hilarious. And he is just a super nice guy, very lovable, laughing all the time. So just to go give to this charity, be part of a wonderful event, and meet Ant is totally worth it if you're in the California area.
Yeah. Check out innkeepersquest.com for more information about that event. I also believe there will be a couple other events after this. There will be one in Los Angeles the next day on July 29th. And there's already been two took place last weekend in Hamburg, Germany, and Lake Forest, California. So we missed those events, but you've got two coming up. So check those out and go have some fun and help some children. All right.
Now, real quick, a note that's not in the show notes, so just to mention it real fast. Also, this Saturday in the Knoxville area, we are going to be having our fireside at Green's Tavern for anybody 21 and up that wants to come play some Hearthstone, have some drinks, and just have a wonderful community event. We'll be there. Definitely, if you have any questions about that, feel free to email the show or click on a contact us link at heropowerhs.com, and we'll be happy to send you a link to the Facebook invite for that.
Yep, absolutely. All right. So, HGG Week 2, USA versus the UK. So we talked about last week how they came out of the gate in Week 1 and lost to China.
Barely.
So, barely lost to China.
Yeah.
It went all the way to the last match, or last
Yep.
game of the match. So this week, they were facing the United Kingdom. Zeroshio, why don't you tell us a little bit about how that turned out?
Well, they lost to the UK, and it was not barely. UK was also 0-1. The way they've done the format this year is Swiss rounds. So the teams are gonna play other teams of like records. So UK had lost in Week 1, so they faced the USA, and I think USA is both going to have to win completely out for the next 4 weeks and have a really positive showing from China and UK to have a chance to make it into the next round. So there have been some other great rounds, great competitions with other teams. Czech Republic is 2-0 right now, as well as Ukraine. Italy came up playing really well today. There's just been some really top-notch tournaments. The links to the Hearthstone Global Games page is is in our show notes. Definitely check it out. While last year was very competitive, a lot of the players were more personality than they were competitive players, and they've made sure to stack the deck with competitive players that all earned high point counts in the HCT season. And it's definitely showing in some of these matches because we are seeing some top-notch Hearthstone, and I'm excited to see the rest of Hearthstone Global Games. We'll keep reporting on it from week to week to let you know more.
That's right. So, as we mentioned last week, this past Monday, we had the first card reveal stream with Peter Whalen and Brian Kibler of Brian Kibler Gaming. And it was a fun stream. They didn't actually play any games on stream. They just talked about a few of the cards that were getting released. We are also into the card reveal schedule. So media outlets, websites, and streamers are revealing cards pretty much each day leading up to the final card reveal stream, which is scheduled for August the 1st. So if you are listening to this, that means that will be a week from today. So
Yep.
when we have our show next week, we will be telling you about the final reveal stream as well. We also talked a little bit about pre-release parties last week taking place around the world August 4th and 5th. They have added a couple of locations in the U.S., including Orlando, Florida, and Duluth, Georgia, which is just northeast of Atlanta.
Yep.
If you are in the southeast, they've added 2 locations for you to go and check it out. So,
and if you're in the Duluth, Georgia area, you can come down there and meet me. I will be there. Bunny is hosting that. She's a great innkeeper. She's one of the best. Avanti's being the best, of course.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Anyways, no, Bunny is a great innkeeper. She's done a lot of different events down in Georgia before. I'm really excited. I'm going to attempt to stream, if the bandwidth allows, my pack openings next weekend on the 5th. It'll be August the 5th, and I'll give more information about that on Twitter at Zeroshio, and we'll also tweet it on the Hero Power _cast Twitter account. But if I can't stream it, I will at least record it, and anybody is welcome to come down there and hang out. I'd love to see you there.
And that means we are only 2 weeks away from the official release of Boomsday Project.
Yep, 13 days.
Who's excited?
Me. I'm really excited. Pear's excited.
So, Pear, I got to ask you, so far, what have been a couple of your favorite cards that they've released thus far?
Favorite as in they're going to be good, or favorite as in I just love them for the cards?
Something you're really looking forward to playing around with.
Well, I would say the Floop, honestly. Like, everybody's hating it because it's going to be good, but I love it because it's going to be good. So I'm excited to try it out. My favorite card, though, overall is the Whizbang, or whatever his name is.
the Wonderful, yes.
Yes. That's my favorite card. I'm so happy they did that.
Yeah.
So, a little story. I always play with or stream, usually do stream, every recipe deck when a new set comes out.
Oh.
And it gets a little taxing sometimes because I have to craft cards that I probably wouldn't want to craft. Now, I can just craft one golden Whizbang the Wonderful, and I will have 18 different golden decks, which, if he's golden, he gives you a full golden deck, including the coin, as well as golden hero power. So if you don't have the golden hero powers, you haven't gotten golden with any classes, if you craft a golden Whizbang, he will make your animated portrait and your whole border will be golden, like you have the golden hero. So that's really exciting. I just can't. I can't wait to play with that card because it's gonna save me a lot of dust from having to craft all those other cards and still give me lots of content creation.
It's so amazing. I love it.
Yeah, so far from what we've seen, Druid is just getting such good cards.
Yeah.
So Druid will continue to be a staple in the meta.
And while we will be talking more about the cards in detail in later episodes, if you want to know more up-to-date information about the cards, our Discord community is on the ball. Every time new information comes out, new releases come out, somebody in our one of our admins posts the image, and then we have long discussions about the cards in our Discord for our patrons over at if you go to patreon.com/hero power, you can be part of our community, and it gives you access to our Discord. And I am part of other Discords that have an automated bot that updates the cards right into their Discord, so somebody doesn't have to post them. And ours tend to get in there upwards of a minute, sometimes 2 minutes before the bot hits it. So, not trying to toot our own horn, but we have some great community members in our Discord community that do a great job keeping that updated at all times.
That's right. And you can join for as little as $1 a month. That's it. Just $1. You can feed a child in Africa, or you can get up-to-date Hearthstone announcements in the Hero Power Discord. Just saying.
Oh, wow. We got a head shake and a face cover. Oh, my goodness.
All right, so on to this week's Tavern Brawl.
Both of you are a PR person's nightmare.
You're welcome.
So, on to this week's Tavern Brawl. This week's Tavern Brawl is a brawl of fire and ice. Celebrate Fire Festival by taking on 2 elemental lords. What they lack in teamwork, they make up for in destructive power. So, Pear, did you get a chance to play the Tavern Brawl today?
I did, yeah. I really wanted to one and done it because I don't like any Tavern Brawl against, like, AI or anything. It just, I don't know. I like the flavor of it though.
Awesome. What did you play against?
What
deck did you play?
Oh, what deck did I play? I just made some wild Zoolock, which is like little minions.
Yeah. Zerotio, did you have a chance to play it?
So yeah, I plugged in just my standard tempo mage and just to try it out because I didn't know what it was going to be. And Ragnaros has 60 health.
Mhm.
And in the middle of the fight, Ahun just kind of interrupts and he takes over and he has 60 health. So that's 120 health. I got them. I think I ended up getting Ahun down to like 6 and I finally died. One good thing about this brawl is I was feeling real bad because I lost. And I was like, wow, that was a lot of time wasted just to lose. And lo and behold, I still got my pack. So you still get a pack even when you lose.
Yep. Now this is not something new. They've done this in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So
you can one and done this. And usually they do this when there's a lot of flavor to it, and it's more of a storyline type thing, and it's difficult, so you're not necessarily expected to win. They do a good job of making sure you're rewarded either way. They did this with the first co-op brawl, that even if you lost because you're having to rely on your opponent to work with you, you still got your pack. And I like this. This allowed them to tell a story, kind of have some flavor to the Midsummer Fire Festival, have some voiceover work in there, which was really cool, and still have the players that don't want to just play this 100 times till they finally beat it, have to sit through all that again. So it was really fun. It was very whimsical. Hearing Ragnaros and Ahun argue with each other, and Ragnaros did not want Ahun there, and Ahun was guaranteed he was going to help his buddy Ragnaros out. It was a lot of fun. I liked it.
yeah. So Versika, did you get a chance to?
It's a wild tavern, bro.
It is. And I played Wild Reno Lock and put up a wall of taunts with Kel'Thuzad on the board and just went to town. And it was pretty easy at that point. I just let all the taunts come back every turn.
Yep.
Played Void Lord, copied the Void Lord, and just had multiples on the board all the time. It was a lot of fun. So go out, play it, get your pack, win or lose, you're good to go. All right, so that brings us to this week's deck analysis, and this week's deck is brought to us by our friend Pear. So this week we are looking at a big spell mage, and now if you guys follow Pear, you'll realize she's been actually playing this on her stream for the last couple of days, and it's a lot of fun. It really is. So I'm going to run down the deck list real quick, and then I'm going to kind of turn it over to Pear to talk about the deck, talk about, how to play it, what you're looking for in your mulligans, and just some general strategy with the deck list. So this deck is 2 Arcane Artificer, 2 Doomsayer, 1 Plated Beetle, 2 Raven Familiar, 2 Stonehill Defender, 2 Voodoo Doll, 2 Arcane Keysmith, 2 Polymorph, 1 Arcane Tyrant, 2 Dragon's Fury, Harrison Jones, 2 Blizzard, 2 Meteor, 1 Skulking Geist, Baron Geddon, 2 Flamestrike, the Lich King, Dragon Caller Alana, and Frost Lich Jaina. So, Pear, tell us a little bit about this deck.
Well, I mean, it really is just your standard big spell mage. I did a little bit of tweaking. I put in the Plated Beetles and the Arcane Tyrants, mostly because I felt like against aggro, it's really good to go Dragon's Fury turn 5 and then drop a 4/4 to contest, and the Beetle just gives you armor. Harrison I really like because a lot of the time I'm either low on cards or the opponent will weapon up and I'll have to empty stuff, but normally you can tell when they're about to weapon, so it's just really good card draw. It's more card draw than I really like in this deck, because normally you have a lot of cards in your hand, but against aggro, odd paladin, it's really good. Honestly, I just like big spell mage. You just want to get to your Jaina. You drop Jaina and you feel so strong whenever you know you can survive against really any deck except for Shudderwalk, and I've actually beaten Shudderwalk a few times with this. It's not easy. It doesn't happen every time, but it's possible. And Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is really standard, but it's also, it just seems to fit the meta right now. It's not too greedy, it's not too aggro or anti-aggro. So I've been really liking it.
Okay, well that kind of answers one of my next questions was what is the worst, what do you feel like is the worst matchup for this deck? Do you feel like it's that Shutterwalk or is it something else?
I mean, yeah, I think it's always going to be Shutterwalk. Shutterwalk is the one that you normally don't have a chance against unless, Grumble goes off first and they don't get one back. But also, I mean, Autorogue's kind of iffy. I had a game today where I just didn't draw any of my artificers, and those are really important. Whenever you're trying to survive against aggro, if you don't get those, sometimes it's just not good enough. But I still don't think that the Witchwood Piper is necessarily necessary in this deck. I don't know. It always feels really bad to play, so I've been trying different stuff. This is what I landed on.
Okay, nice. Versika, I know you said that you had been playing a version very similar to this. How, if any, does yours differ from Pear's list?
I only run one Arcane Keysmith, and I don't run Dragon Caller Alana. I run Syndragosa instead. So I actually have Alexstrasza and Syndragosa in place of the Keysmith and Dragon Caller.
Okay, but other than that, everything else is pretty...
Everything else lines right up with hers.
Okay, great. So,
Okay.
Go ahead, Pear.
I was gonna ask if how have you been liking Syndragosa? Because honestly, I feel like it's not enough value sometimes compared to Dragon Caller.
Well, the thing with Syndragosa is I use it to I use it on turns where I feel like they're going to clear the board late game, and so it refills my hand usually with something pretty good. So it's nice when they clear the board to be able to come back with like a Cairn or something that they're just not expecting. Actually, the last time that I played it, I got an Illidan out of it, and I'm just like, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I put him down on the board the next turn, and my opponent just didn't have an answer for him. He ended up winning me the game. So, I mean, it's a little bit of random stuff like that sometimes it adds a little bit of variety to it, but it's, I don't know. I guess it's because I'm a greedier player. A lot of times I end up waiting too long to play Dragon Caller Alana, so it's more about just knowing that that's a weakness of mine and having the card. I guess for me, I usually end up overthinking it, so removing that from the equation and just being able to play Syndragosa down regardless of the board state, it takes a little bit of the in-game pressure decision-making off. But to be honest, Alexstrasza, I think, is probably the card that's different in mine that gets the most value. And it's mostly just because you've thrown down so many threats by the time that it's time for her to hit the board that just the 8/8 just keeps smacking them in the face. But
yeah,
I pulled out your version and put the second Arcane Keysmith in and took Alexstrasza out, of course, and I actually really like the second Arcane Keysmith, so when I go back to mine, I'm probably going to take Syndragosa out, keep Alexstrasza in, and run a second Keysmith.
Yeah, I actually run a big spell mage myself, and I use this. Your list is very similar to mine. I do run the Witchwood Pipers, but I also took out the Lich King in place of Alexstrasza, and the main reason was because I found out the 8/8 body was just more important than the cards Lich King got, and possible 15 damage with Alexstrasza or healing my face up some helped. And the big reason was because the Black Knight has been in the meta, and to have your Black Knight have their Black Knight come down and destroy your Lich King just feels horrible. So that's why I put the Alexstrasza in place of Lich King. But I was running Lich King of mine for a while until I started seeing more Black Knight. And I do run Sindragosa in mine as well. The only bad thing about Sindragosa is in the mirror match, you both end up getting a water elemental.
Yeah. So I will say this, though, for all the audio listeners out there. My deck, the running the deck with my list, I run about a 60% win rate. Out of the 6 games I played with your list, I'm 6-0. So,
wow, nice.
Helps if I'm not
Well,
muted.
I was gonna say you were on mute, weren't you? Where's the
We
monkey?
can't
He's on mute.
we can't see your face because of your show notes. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, what's going on?
Exactly.
Uncomfortable pause.
So, okay. That pretty much covers everything we wanted to talk about today. If you are joining us on Twitch or YouTube, stay tuned. We're going to play this deck. But first, Pear, if people want to follow you, want to see more of you, want to catch your streams live, where can they find you?
I would love for anybody to join me. You can find me on Twitch. I am at Pear_HS. I stream usually from 3 to 7 Eastern Standard Time. Very, very, very welcoming to people. I love seeing new people. I love, whenever people just join the chat and start talking. So you can also find me on Twitter. I'm F2K_Pear because I want to rep my beautiful team. And I would appreciate a follow. I would appreciate, a follow on Twitch also. But
Absolutely, yeah. Go. We highly recommend going and doing that. In fact, go if you've got that Twitch Prime sub, throw it Pear's way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
7 new emotes coming eventually.
Awesome. I can say Zeroshio and I are both subs and happy to support.
I've been a sub for longer than you, just for the record. So.
Yeah.
Just...
For the record.
So, with all that said, if you are listening to us via our audio podcast, we'd like to thank you for joining us. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at HeroPower_cast. You can, again, find Pear at F2K_Pear. You can find all of our past episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/ECMMOGamers or on our website at HeroPowerHS.com. If you enjoy the show and you'd like to help support and improve it, you can do so by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/HeroPower. And we will see you all again next week.
And don't forget to use your hero power.
Alrighty, so while we get this set up, Pear, if you are ready to play this deck some.
Yeah.
Let me fire up Hearthstone.
My Hearthstone is not being cooperative.
I am going to have to move Hearthstone to the other monitor because it's going to cover Skype.
I blame
because
Skype.
of the new Skype.
I'm not a fan.
Nope, me
No.
either.
Is Discord any better for this, or have you guys already tried that? Like, I prefer Discord.
It has its own demons when trying to do a podcast with overlays.
Fair
enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
There we go. All right. So, whenever you have an opponent, we will get this party started.
Okay.
Ooh, look at Bodicus up there, 811. He's right up
Yeah.
there with Language
This is a
Hacker.
pro.
Yeah, Bodicus is awesome.
Yep.
I saw somebody that was that I used to be really good friends with in Twitch chat and everything. He drank 1 legend today, and I was so proud of him.
Nice.
Do you guys know Breezy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was talking about.
I was going to say Breezy is the spot you took in UHL.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That is not what I meant to do.
Okay, I was about to say I thought
Sorry.
I was playing ladder, but either way is fine.
What did
I,
did you do what I do to you?
yeah. Shush. Anyways, you do your thing, Pear.
Okay. Look at that.
I don't ever make mistakes. I don't know what you're talking about.
It didn't happen. I didn't see anything.
I always do it to him on purpose. He gets so mad at me.
Yeah, he does. Like, this is not what's supposed to happen. There we go.
Okay.
Hey, beat the spectate boss on first try.
Not me.
I keep
My
waiting
Hearthstone
for
literally.
I keep waiting for Scott to just be like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
My Hearthstone literally crashed 4 times trying to launch it. I blame Skype.
Jeez.
All right, so our first opponent is a Warlock, and our opening hand is Polymorph, Meteor. So, again, what are we looking for in our opening hand on this mulligan?
Well, against Evenlock, you obviously want a Polymorph because the turn 3 broke back Mountain Giant. So I'm gonna keep this, and you want stuff like Jaina, early ways to remove the board. Stonehill's good. Beetle's not that great, but it's something. You really just want Jaina on 9.
If this is Heal Zoo, which I played before show, and I got 3 Heal Zoos in a row.
Jeez.
So, we've got Mr. Beast joining us in chat, and do you do any other social media besides Twitter, Pear?
I'm currently working on getting a Instagram and stuff together, but at the moment, no. I would recommend just follow me on Twitter for all the latest stuff.
Okay. Awesome.
So this looks like it may be the Heal Zoo, which having the he's rather aggressive to sacrifice his Keleseth. But we have a decent hand follow-up for this matchup.
Yeah, the Alana's gonna be the rough thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wanna know which one you would pick between the Hungry Etten and the Lord of the Arena.
I like the Etten.
I do too, right? But they have silence, so should I?
Well, you also run the risk of pulling a Doomsayer.
Well, against Heal Zoo, you might want to do
That might not
I was
be
about to
bad
say, is it a
thing.
risk? I think we're just gonna go for it.
Yeah, I think
Okay, hush, Nimsy. But
Yeah, Nemsi's so last summer. What's
yeah, like just go Mecha Chiraxes.
that's right.
Just do it.
So the Arcane Keysmiths doesn't look terrible. It's a good draw.
Yeah, I wish there was some way to know beforehand if it was even or not. That'd make everything a lot easier.
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna go explosive.
yeah.
Explosive runes will pretty much kill anything he puts out except maybe a Doom Guard. And obviously on
Yeah.
turn 4 he's not going to have a Doom Guard.
Right.
It'd be nice if he threw out a. Oh,
So it's gonna be a chain.
That's not
gang.
bad.
Yep.
It's not the worst.
Yeah.
We just don't have a great turn this turn.
Wow, that's aggressive. He went straight to face.
Oh yeah, I don't think he'd think about trading there.
So turn 5, we've got Plated Beetle, Arcane, the Artificer, and Polymorph available.
Is there any merit to Arcane Artificer Polymorph just to get the armor?
I was thinking that because our hand is such trash. I think that's what I want to do. Like, I mean, you would have to trade the 3/3 or trade the 2/1 if we trade here.
We
I
would
think it's
clear
worth
the
it.
we'd clear the sheep. If we sheep the Serenite Chain Gang, we would clear the sheep with the 2/2.
Well, that's the least damage. I would rather sheep the 4, right?
You think
Right.
so? Okay.
yeah. Sheep the
Okay.
4 and then just
Yeah.
let him
I mean-
clear.
Honestly, like I've thought about this so much. If you if I was to just, keep the Artificer until I had a bigger spell, I could die with it in my hand. And then
Exactly.
what's it doing? Like, that's something I really like to think about is, am I going to die with this in my hand? If so, just play it,
And I
He's
like
gotta
to
deal
trade.
with it.
I like to trade to the Keysmith because it allows the Artificer to trade even into the Chain Gang if he doesn't heal it up. He
Right.
can't just get a value trade.
That's rough. It's crazy that we haven't seen any removal yet. Like, we had polymorph and that was it.
Yeah, I like the Hungry Etten. I mean, there's merit to the Skulking guys to kill his
Soulfire.
Soul Fires, but the Hungry Etten could roll us a Doomsayer. That would be optimal.
Yep.
I think we gotta go for it. Unless we get, that's not bad. Unless we
It's
get
not
like
bad.
a clear or something.
He's gonna have
Okay.
to invest a lot into this unless he
Yeah.
just silences it.
Yeah, it'd be nice to top deck a Blizzard or something next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any of it. Blizzard, Meteor, Flame Strike. I mean, I wouldn't complain about any of that stuff.
I feel like he would have silenced already, so let's hope he doesn't have it. Silence or Void Ripper, dear God.
Looks like he's gonna go through it the hard way.
Nice.
I don't know if he's going through it the optimal way, though, and I think he realized.
Yeah. Like he. Whoops.
Yeah.
He's
Mathematically wise, is he going to
Not-
trade his 3?
He's.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow. Meteor? Anything, please?
Yeah. This makes Meteor so much better.
He just wants to snack face as much as
That's
possible.
Kind of poor placement.
Ask
Oh.
and you
Meteor.
shall receive.
That's what we do here
So-
on Hero Power.
That's so beautiful. It just feels so good. Because now he's got like one attack. Yeah, but if we can get Jaina soon, I think we're in for a comeback.
Getting to play the Beetle out next turn will be helpful.
Yeah, Stonehill will hopefully help us block some damage.
Yeah. Because really, he only has Soulfire to go over the top.
Mm-hmm. If we can get Geist down.
I'd
Yeah.
love to get Geist down.
Mhm.
Does Stonehill stop enough damage? Maybe we should Geist and play the Beetle?
You would have 5, we'd still be dead to... Well, you wouldn't technically be dead to Leroy.
No?
You'd be 1 off.
1 off for Leroy and he wouldn't be able to Soulfire. We'd be 2 off from Doomguard. It's kind of a greedy play, but
Yeah, I think I just like Stonehill, right?
Yeah.
I like Stonehill. We'll see what we get. We need to stop the bleeding.
Oh my gosh.
My goodness.
well, a Goldshire Footman actually isn't terrible here if we put it alongside
The Keith.
the Keysmith.
Yep.
And maybe we get Ice Barrier?
Yeah.
Iceberry, that's the dream, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
Well, with as greedy as he's been too, maybe we end up with Vaporize and he walks into it.
Oh,
There it
well, now I
is.
got both. I go barrier, right?
Yeah.
I
think
think
we
we go Barrier. I think Barrier or Counterspell would have been about the same either way.
Yeah.
I just gotta hope that I can get the guys down before he just randomly soul fires for no reason like they do.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
But see, the thing is, 2 Dragon's Furies, Blizzard, and Flame Strike, all still in the deck.
Yep.
Like, that's
Yep.
just crazy to me.
Now, did you trade out the Raven Familiars for the Bladed Beetles?
No, actually, what did I trade
Yeah.
out? I think the list I was looking at before had like Syndragosa and stuff, and I just never did like Syndragosa. I just find Dragon Caller Alana to be more value, but honestly, I'm starting to see it because an opponent today got a Pyros. It was a mirror
Yeah.
match, and they got Pyros, and I was like, oh, that's not too bad. And then I started realizing I can't deal with that. Like, there's no way I can deal with that, and so I don't know. I don't remember what I took
We
out.
need
though.
Flame Strike.
Yeah, we need a clear. That's.
Is that enough?
Well, we do have barrier. Hold on.
Oh yeah,
We
barrier.
could-
That's right. We still have barrier.
I mean, we can. We have 4, 8, 10 damage coming at us.
That'll put us at 14, 22 with the barrier. He'll have 10 on the board.
So it'll leave us at 12 after the attack if he goes face with everything.
Yeah. Because we're going to trade the Keysmith, obviously.
Yeah. But I mean, it's still a Tar Creeper, which is the
Yeah, we are getting into that range though. He's drawn through enough of his deck that a double Soulfire is starting to be worrisome.
very possibly. I've seen a lot of people just running Doomguard and Leroy and Soulfire, like everything. I think
Yeah.
if we don't now, though, we never do.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I think I just do it, yeah.
Yeah, but he'd have to have a perfect storm of everything go face, Leroy, Soulfire, not discard the other Soulfire, and then Soulfire again to pull off lethal.
Exactly. But, you know, I've said that before.
That's true.
And then they do it. And it's just like, oh, right, they can do that. So I guess we'll see.
And if he doesn't deal with the water elemental, we can trade ping to make another one and gain some health.
Yeah. The hill's like, most people don't realize it, but if you don't deal with this first one, it can really get a lot of stuff done.
Yeah.
I just need some sort of clear here. We're good.
So he should clear that with
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
He should,
the bug, right? The life drinker.
but his track record says that he probably won't.
Yeah, it's saying that he wants to go very fast.
What did he heal? Oh, so he is.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's completely healing back up as much as possible.
So we need a blizzard.
Yeah.
We need any AoE.
I mean, a Dragon's Fury would.
Yeah, he's
helpful.
going face.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, it could be smart, it could be really dumb. Based on what he's seen from us, we haven't had any removal, so.
Come on, Blizzard. Well, Farrongeddon is
Is
something.
that enough?
No, Geddon.
Yeah, it's a
Absolutely
7
rocks
times
the
2.
world.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like. And we get, wow.
We
And
get.
we Geddon. We run the
So-
elemental into the Voidwalker and
We
ping it,
Do we.
right?
I'm
Well,
trying to. Like, if we trade here, this still dies. If we just. Like, I'm trying to get as much off the board, but we are basically going to Reno back up, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
we're
probably
gonna
want
gain.
Yeah.
We're gonna gain 14,
Yeah.
15s.
Hey, you get
18.
another water elemental on, and it
Oh,
takes the
excellent,
place
yeah.
of the Voidwalker.
Okay.
So you still get the heal from it, and you
Okay.
get the extra heal from our water elemental hitting it.
I like it. One of the best draws we could have gotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got 10,
Plus
19.
20.
Yeah. Basically, we got an extra 2 points of healing off of having the extra elemental too.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, he is in a world of hurt now. Now we need to top deck anything. Flame Strike would be great. Meteor, Blizzard, and anything.
Mm-hmm. Anything would be great.
Well, a meteor does something.
If you hit
Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna say we could hit the 5/6 Dreadlord
and ping
and
off
ping
the
the
4
ping
for
and
the-
kill the 4. Yeah.
And then throw down Plague Beetle.
Right.
He'll still have 12 on the board, and we're at 18. But he hasn't been able to pull the extra damage yet, so
Right. He's gotta hope.
yeah.
At this point, you just have to play the odds.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are dead to Leroy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ramasi in chat says 1 Poly, 2 Blizzard, 2 Flame Strike, 1 Meteor, which we just drew, and 2 Dragon Fury, all still in the deck.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
digging for it.
Oh yeah, he's gonna try his little butt off.
Wow, he's still digging. He would have snapped it. He didn't get it.
You
Oh, he got it!
Oh, he got it.
Oh, of course he only had 10 cards in his deck at the beginning of his
Yeah.
turn, so yeah.
It really does happen, and considering we didn't get any of our AoEs,
Yeah.
Right,
I'm-
none, yeah.
pretty happy with how that went, considering
I mean, just one Dragon's Fury would have done.
it would have been enough,
Yeah.
absolutely. Because like he kept having minions left over from our clears. If that had just never happened, we wouldn't have taken that much damage.
With the spells he had in the deck, we could have drawn into Raven Familiar too.
Yeah.
And it would have been
Exactly.
the exact same as drawing Willow's AoE. So it's not like, I mean,
Exactly.
you had 16 cards left, and 8 of those took
Yeah.
care of business. So
Yeah.
it happens.
Oh boy.
And when that doesn't happen, Frostless Jaina ends up being the last card in your deck. Isn't that right, Pear?
Yep, absolutely. I've had so many games where she's bottom 5, and it's just like, what are
Yep.
you doing?
So, Skulking Gust, Plated Beetle, Polymorph, and Arcane Keysmith
Versus a mage.
versus a mage. So it could be a mirror.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be a mirror. That's all I've seen recently, so
What do
I
you
don't really think I
in
want
this
any
mirror?
of this.
Okay.
But you really just want to get to Jaina like any other, but you want like removal and stuff, so they don't really have early stuff. I think
Just
I'm
dump
just
it
gonna
all
throw
then?
it all. Yeah. I don't really
I
want
like
any
that.
of it.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Like, I mean, if you're the mage that Jaina's in the bottom 5, you're having a hard time, you know, if this is a mirror.
Okay, so just pass on turn 1. We
Yeah, you
the
very
Raven
rarely do.
Familiar for turn 2.
Yeah, the Raven Familiar is really good. And this will tell us in this matchup exactly what they are, but I suspect after not seeing anything turn 1, this is probably a mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, mirror matches normally go to fatigue, and it's usually I not all the games I've played have been decided by this, but a lot of them have been decided by who has clears for Dragon Caller Alana, and
Jaina.
who, yeah, which is pretty lucky. And who does? Oh, Frostbolt.
Oh, so
Oh, no.
Interesting.
is this
Tempo.
Well,
is
yeah,
Surely not.
Murloc
I mean-
mage?
secret
I mean,
turn 30.
If it's tempo, then he drew a really poor opening hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like so bad it was unrecognizable which one it was. Yeah.
I mean, that's no barrier. So, do we test with coin?
I was thinking, but like,
I don't think
You
we'd
don't
have to
just-
test it right now, though.
yeah, there's really, yeah. We can test it like before, so if he has
Yeah.
another one, he can't just play it and then he gets our big stuff.
Exactly.
So, this is kind of bad because this matchup is like really, really, really bad for us. But he had such a bad start, we might
Yeah, he did.
get somewhere.
Yeah, he had a real bad start. But we have the Harrison, which is going to be really strong.
Yeah, if he plays a Luna, for sure.
Do we just value paying that?
That's what I was thinking. It's kind of scary, but I think I'm okay with it.
Well,
I
I mean,
get-
what? Yeah, what are our threats?
I mean,
We
Right
don't want
now-
that Sorcerer's Apprentice on the table, but what are we? We're worried about Mana Worm,
yeah.
and
Which we
then
can deal with later.
right. So, is there? I mean, you could. Our hand's kind of full. You could coin into Dragon's Fury. You test
What?
for the secret, and you get it off.
What
and
if
it clears
we
a card out of the hand?
What if we voodooed all that? Since we have Jaina in our hand, What if we voodooed all that? If it's explosive, it kills it and gets rid of the explosive runes.
Oh, that works too.
I was thinking that.
I like that.
I like that too.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Because we want to play a counterspell into. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
I mean,
We do
take
5 damage, but we have both Artificers and Jaina.
Exactly. And we know that's not a counterspell now.
Yeah.
He is bad.
Jubba Gump in chat says we used all our bad draw last match.
Yes.
We really did, though. That's so true.
And we drew our other one.
Yeah, that's good.
So
Honestly, just ping face, like. I mean, eventually we're gonna have to go with the Artificers, and it's gonna be bad if he gets another explosive.
Yes, at this point we really need to just hold on to the coin to cast Jaina turn 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any merit to throwing one Arcane Artificer now and maybe draw some Fury?
I mean.
Well, he's going into the Alaneth turn.
Right.
So
yeah, we definitely want a Harrison next turn.
Yeah.
So we probably need a little bit of hand room.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we do, then we have 8 cards.
We can ditch the coin into Harrison if we needed to, or we could just.
I like it because it does disrupt, like you said, his Aluna turn.
Yeah.
And we have to put something threatening. He's gonna want to kill this immediately. So.
And we could Harrison coin Arcane Artificer if we had to.
Mm-hmm.
Or, other way around, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can still just coin either way. Like, wasting coin here is fine to get the draw and to get rid of his weapon if he has it. It's just really good that we have the Harrison.
See, and that's 2 points of armor basically right there.
Yeah.
We just got to survive 2 more turns. Do we Artificer Dragon's Fury just to get armor?
I don't think so.
We're 11.
Yeah, but he just used a fireball.
Yeah, that's true.
He did just use the Frostbolt earlier in the game, too.
Yeah, so I mean, at best, he's got 10.
Yeah.
9, because he's only on 7 mana.
He could do Cinderstorm.
Well,
he could do Fireball into Cinderstorm, and if we don't have anything on the board,
he could.
that kills us.
Right. But, I mean...
You can play the Raven Familiar, yeah.
We would play the Raven Familiar, so we have something on the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like Raven.
Yeah.
And just pass, like, after that. If we get, like... Yeah. I mean, Flame Strike's a lot of armor.
Yeah, I mean, next turn we could Arcane Artificer coin Flame Strike.
Exactly. It's not great, but, I mean, we're still alive.
I mean, he's not going to throw a lot of threats out there.
Oh, no.
There's his second fireball.
Oh, no.
Into a secret, which we're assuming is probably explosive runes.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping it'll kill us.
Kind of want to use the secret, or the coin, to see if... Maybe?
I mean, he could be faking it.
Exactly. I want to see if it's counter.
Well, here's the thing. If we coin and it's not counterspell, we can Lich King to soak up the explosive runes.
Yep.
Yeah,
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
The problem is...
It's counterspell.
Good. So now do we Artificer... Well, we can't Artificer and Flame Strike.
We can Artificer Meteor, which kills our... I mean...
We have no target for Meteor, do we?
It's a minion.
Oh,
it's
we can target our
minion.
own.
Yeah.
But won't that kill the Artificer and not give us
Artificer.
coin? Yeah.
It'll give us armor.
Oh, will it?
It will, because it's like whenever.
That's an option.
So, I think that's because Jaina is.
Yeah, I think that's the play. Yep.
Kinda
It just
stinks,
feels
but-
crazy.
Yeah, it feels real bad, but
I've never really had to play like this, but Tempo Mage is so bad, you
Yeah.
really normally don't win.
There's
Well,
Elneth.
Yeah.
He did
We're
that in a
gonna-
bad order. He did
Yeah.
Primordial Glyph after, anyway.
yeah, I don't know.
So,
Yeah, I think we just
yeah.
Okay, so we have the important stuff in our hand. So if we Harrison and we do happen to burn,
we'll burn one.
yeah,
We actually won't if we can find something we can play. Like
we can
a
just
play to
move-
beat.
That's true.
we can just voodoo. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. Let's see what we get first. Doomsayer's good.
Yeah, Doomsayer's great actually.
Doomsayer's amazing.
Mhm.
If we don't die.
That way he can't develop anything, and we'll be able to Jaina next turn.
Exactly.
And that's
Hopefully.
a lot of body to soak up Cinderstorm.
Oh,
You're-
yeah, Pyroblast.
Well,
No.
Yeah.
No.
hey, come on, no, yet.
Oh,
I don't
You
think
just
that
can't
helps
have-
us, but
All right.
just can't
Data.
have any more burn.
well, he's out of fireballs.
Yeah.
We don't
He-
lose to Cinderstorm. No, we lose to Cinderstorm.
No,
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 we
not
don't.
necessarily.
Necessarily.
Damn it.
The other
A
pyro.
second Pyroblast.
The
will do
other
it, huh?
Pyroblast.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of tempo mage because everybody's been playing big spell mage because everybody's been playing aggro. So
Right. Well,
Well, that was fun.
those were.
It's a good
Those
day.
are- Well,
that's
It's a lot of fun.
it's really good matchups, some really good decisions. That was really good.
Yeah.
It's easy to look at a deck and say, well, this is the optimal play when it's apparent. It's good to see a deck have to play when it doesn't draw the way it wants to, or when it gets put in an awkward position, and
Yeah.
you have to do plays that are so optimal just to stay in the game long enough.
Do you see this jerk?
Did you
I
just?
say it.
Did you just?
It's the
What'd you
Paraluck. It's the Paraluck. All right.
Oh,
So
hi.
here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Millhouse. Oh,
Tinkmaster.
Tinkmaster. Almost as bad. Almost as bad.
I actually think I already own Millhouse, so
Yeah, but Tinkmaster is great in a meta full of taunts.
yeah.
Sure.
That is true. I've seen a lot of people actually running it just to deal with like taunt druid and stuff.
And plus,
I mean-
with Taunt Druid, it puts a beast in their pool. But nowadays,
Exactly.
Witching Hour is kind of out. Nobody uses Witching
Yeah,
Hour.
right. Like it just kind of fell apart.
So I would much rather face a 5/5 Devilsar than an 8/8 Lich King.
Absolutely.
Sure.
All right. Well, Pear, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show this week. It was so much fun having you, and thank you for playing this awesome big spell mage deck. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm sorry the games didn't go as I wanted them to, but it was still really fun. I had so much fun.
Good.
Yeah, you're welcome back anytime, and we're really excited to work with you and see you August 18th in Knoxville.
Yes, absolutely. I'm excited too.
All right, why don't you, one more time for the people watching on YouTube, go ahead and pitch your stream and Twitter stuff.
Twitter is F2K_Pear, and Twitch is Pear_HS. I stream every day except for Sunday, 3 to 7 Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes we go a little longer, sometimes I start early, just that general time. But yeah, I'd like to see any new people, anybody at all, really.
Awesome. All right, there you go. Go give her a follow and check out her streams. If you have any questions or comments about the show, please email us at heropowerpodcast@gmail.com. If you have any questions about the deck list that we played or questions for Pear, send them to heropowerpodcast@gmail.com. We'll pass those along to her and get those answered for you. Please hit that subscribe button below on YouTube if you've not done so already. Give us a follow on Twitch to be alerted when we go live. For more details about our patron-only Discord, you can find that over at patreon.com/heropower. Until next week, good gaming.
Bye, guys.
Bye.